It's been 20 years since the death of JonBenet Ramsey. If anyone understands the case well, it's ABC News producer Carol McKinley, who has been on the story from the start. Carol, in the news today is the fact that her older brother, Burke, has filed a $750 million lawsuit for defamation. There have been cases before, lawsuits before. Is this just another Ramsey lawsuit?
It's really not, Mark. In fact, don't think that CBS was surprised by this lawsuit. This is a showdown. The Ramsey attorney was not going to stand for CBS coming out and saying that Burke Ramsey killed his sister. But CBS is hoping that there will be depositions, and that will bring Burke in to talk about the fact that he didn't kill his sister, to prove to CBS that they were wrong.
This is the pile of exhibits filed in the lawsuit. Carol, $750 million. That's a hefty amount of money. What does Burke Ramsey and his legal team have to do?
Well, first of all, they've got to prove that Burke is not a public figure. Remember, he was on the Dr. Phil show before the CBS show ran. Does that make him a public figure? Also, they have to show that what CBS said about Burke killing JonBenet was false. How are they going to do that? Depositions under oath.
2017 could be a significant year in the Ramsey case because there will be new DNA testing, all because of new technology, Carol.
That's right. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation is getting this technology not until next year. But think about it. There's been no DNA testing on the evidence in 8 years, and on the flashlight and on the duct tape which covered her mouth, never been tested for DNA.
Looking through the lawsuit, Carol, there was a statement from the district attorney at the time who cleared Burke Ramsey in his sister's death. How could that determination be made then when this case still is unsolved?
Well, early on, Patsy Ramsey would take Burke into a grocery store, for instance. This was way back right after JonBenet was killed. And there would be a huge tabloid with Burke's face on it saying, Burke did it. So Patsy appealed to the investigation and said, please, if you do anything, I can take the hit, but clear my son. He doesn't deserve to be targeted like this.
The fact remains, JonBenet's case has not been solved. She is the victim of a crime, yet there are all these lawsuits, still no resolution.
And politics and cover-ups, and no one has ever gone to trial for her death. In fact, the only time that this case has ever seen a courtroom has been because of libel and defamation lawsuits. What a sad, sad statement that is.
Her memory, her life, in many ways, is lost.
And you know, she's become kind of a cliche. Nobody really takes her death seriously anymore. When they see JonBenet, they see this picture of this child, you know, with the rosebuds in her hair or whatever, and it's just kind of become something where we don't realize the horrible death she had. I mean, she was strangled, she was bludgeoned, and she was left in her basement next to her favorite nightgown. How horrible! Has anyone ever really stopped lately to think about what that meant in the middle of the night after Christmas?
Yeah, that's something to ponder. Carol McKinley of ABC, thanks very much for your insight.
You're welcome.